children, says St. John, these are the last days. And that St. John has in this magnificent prologue, which we also have on this last day of the year, in the beginning. So we have the Alpha and the Omega. Can you imagine what was before anything was? Just void, inhabited by one alone, God, who by now for us is clearly not alone, for he is relationship, and therefore there is life in that Godhead and essential goodness, and essential goodness means essential kindness. So it's logical in a sense that although he was completely full and complete, he wanted to invent ways of creating new beings that would have from nothing something. And so the angels came to be, way back, before time can be imagined for us. We know from exorcism that Lucifer himself was, together with Beelzebub and others, amongst the seraphic choir, the most brilliant of all, who to this day, those who remained, are totally occupied with glorifying the Creator. But of course, if that was the degree of glory, and if also inbuilt in their creation was this little but not indifferent condition that they also in some way pass the test before being completely admitted to ecstatic bliss and the fullness of vision. And because he was so brilliant, when he was shown what we're feasting this week, the Incarnation, he would not adore something apparently less than himself. His great glory then was deflected, and he started to own it and wanted to be similar to God and have his own authority. And because he had authority over the angels, he would, in his mind, get the whole angelic world behind him in a massive cosmic rebellion. And at that point, Michael, who was not the most brilliant, was given huge power and simply replied, "Who is like God?" Michael in Hebrew. And we know what happened. We can't imagine, because we have seen on screens pictures of wars, recent wars, how awful they are. But we just cannot imagine what a war would be in the angelic sphere, especially in a cosmos where there was no jarring note until then. Something started to happen of an irreversibly important cosmic nature. Evil began to be. And Lucifer, his name of course means light bringer, didn't imagine that the goodness of the Creator could ever have anywhere in the cosmos anything awful. He was pure goodness, and so he'd get away with it, he thought. At that point, and only at that point, began to be hell, the only place that he could go to. In a second wave, then, that same utter goodness of God invents another cycle. Let us make man in our own image. We come into being. But we come into being, remember, into a cosmos which has already a jarring note. It's the fact that these demons, and we think they're about a third of the angelic choirs, that these were out to get us. And it's logical. Even in human relations, envy, jealousy, spite. We don't want anyone to take our place if we've lost it. And so, That's our warfare until we die. Demons, who are far brighter than we are and never go to sleep. And the great trick he has now is to convince massively civilized, intelligent people that they are of the fairy tale world. But in any case, there's no danger of anything resembling the fairy tale of hell anyway. He's got us well drugged, zombified, against the one big risk that in the end alone matters, getting there. And if they, with all their brilliance, didn't, what hope have we if we switch off to reality? So it's spiritual warfare. This new era, we don't know what will hit us. Either individually, especially for doing good, or nationally, or internationally, continentally, or actually in a planetary mode. When one thinks about the scene now compared with what happened both at the deluge and at Sodom and Gomorrah, we cannot but ask, how long can things go on for without something worse than the last big one, the Second World War? History is cyclic, and we don't get